Coach, that game against TCU was obviously massive, playing against, arguably the top two teams in the conference. Tough loss, but then you bounced it back with that massive win over Texas Tech. How big was it to get that win over the Red Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, it was, I was teasing you guys. It was the biggest win in my career. I think that the character and the effort and the pressure of having to win that game was mounting. But it was incredible to see, how the team stepped up, and especially after such a, emotionally draining game against TCU, because I think all of us felt, we were good enough to win. We were just a couple crossbars away.
This is kind of an odd year in the Big 12. When I was going to school, you guys were kind of on top, pretty consistently. But this year, it just seems like everybody's beating everybody. I mean, Texas is in first place. They're 8-4-2. TCU, I believe, is in second or third. And they're pretty much undefeated, save a couple of games. Does it kind of feel like that kind of a season where everyone's just kind of beating each other and anybody is really still in the race?
Yeah. I mean, I think the parity of the conference and what's going on is definitely that. Anyone can win at any given day. And so it's really interesting how every game, you can win it or you can lose it just because of the development of each team here.
Now, moving on to Texas, like I said, obviously top team in the conference in terms of the standings. They just this past week they were just barely in the rankings at 25, but they have two of the most lethal scorers in the league, Byers and Nisimo. What do you see out of them? What makes them a tough team to play? They're
just two special players. Obviously, they represent USA and youth soccer. They are, they had the best recruiting class in the country because of those two. And they're the real deal. And we're going to have our hands full with both of them. So it's going to be a great matchup on Thursday.
Throughout the season, the early part of the season, finishing has obviously been the struggle. Now you had Izzy get a nice brace with an absolutely beautiful finish. Seeing those older players step up, how important is that heading into the end of October and into November?
Yeah, you can't put an amount of value on experience. And, I think anyone will tell you when you have a veteran player and the experiences they have to help lead in the locker room, but also lead on the playing field. So for Sibley to, get those two this weekend is absolutely textbook of what all us coaches say is that, that experienced seniors, they have to step up in big moments. And that's exactly what Sibley did for us. It was a big moment for her to grab and execute.
Now, the home stretch of the season, like we said, the standings are far from decided. What's the biggest key heading into the end?
Every game is, you're playing for a championship. I haven't done all the math yet, but I think it's up for grabs. And, that's something that, this team needs to understand how critical Thursday night's game is and beyond.
Where do you see your team having made let me rephrase that. Where has your team made the biggest stride over the course of the season?
I think the understanding tactically of what we're trying to do on both sides of the ball. We're creating incredible chances. I think we're doing a great job defending, but I think there's moments. So I think we got to just, I think the moments are getting less where, we have some breakdowns and we just have to, I like how they're just grinding at this time of the season.